Hello and welcome back again. As you have seen from the title today, I have start. I have made up my mind and made a pair of heels. Actually, something that was on my mind for quite some time. Um, I don't have the sketch right here, but it's a year old at least. I think even maybe two. Um, so yeah, this is actually from a very old idea I had. The original was a full armor, you could say, a full armor set. Yeah, around uh, themed around tentacles, around octopi, around this kind of uh, thing. If I do the whole thing, I don't know yet. Um, but yeah, I'm happy I worked on the first thing actually. So as you can see, I've had quite different approach with this because I had a very clear idea of what I wanted to do, how I wanted it to look in the end, and um, yeah, I am really pleased with the result. It looks really good. So yeah, I started with a single, very flat tube basically, or yeah, and extruded the sides. I mainly worked with the selection orientation um, for the manipulation tool, the three arrows you see, because it's if I work non-symmetrical, if I work on a if I wanted to look if I wanted to look organic, like if it really is slung around the foot, then this works much better. If I want to work on something like pants or a top, I usually use um, the world coordinates. Yeah. Um, so it's not that big, not that impressive. Um, it was fun to work with. It was interesting because I could work on an idea I had a long time ago, and I remember when I drew it, I had no idea how to do it. I had like no idea. Okay, how can I how can I make this? How can I get this to look like I wanted to? Um, and now that I've so much experience, so much ideas, so much new things I tried out that worked or that didn't work. Um, I just I just got uh, around to do it, and it worked. In other news, I haven't forgotten about Terraria, about the Let's Play. Um, it's yeah, a little bit complicated because I have different games I want to play, and or multiple games I want to play, and Terraria is one of them. So yeah, but I'll tell you in the next video, which will come around next week. Yeah. Um, Back to the shoes. So far, almost done. I had a little. I don't know. I wanted to start with the um, tentacle around that part, and decided, okay, no, this doesn't look like I wanted to. So I deleted it again and started on the other side. Now this is actually the last of the tentacles. I used around 90 minutes for this. Yeah, and it's in 2 sessions. Actually, it's a little bit more than 90 minutes because of the work I do in the 3D that I usually don't record. But in this case, I recorded part of it because with heels I usually have a little checkup somewhere in the middle. Or especially with these heels because I wanted them to look organic and I wanted them to actually match meat on the ground. So yeah. So I had a little, well, I recorded a little bit in between, in the middle of it. But basically, when I started the break, I went into depth with the piece and made my first checks. So yeah, here is this. And as you can see, the heel is too long, so I have to redo it. And here we are at the second part where I basically start with redoing the heel. And now comes the interesting part. I wanted it to be there should be 2 parts, an inner and an outer part, like a tentacle in the inside with the section cups. I wanted to basically do a I wanted to have it 2 colors, outside and inside. And yeah, first I cut all the lines and was but then I noticed that if I want to extract it, I need to mark all the faces. So yeah, I did that. So all faces marked, and there's 2 parts. Actually, there's a bit there happened a bit of a problem because at one point I had I marked a face too much, and this is something that I noticed a little bit later. So right now I'm trying to make the the texture map, and it looks really weird because I have made some really weird choices for the cuts, but I have to redo it anyway because now I'm doing the second part, the inside, basically where the section cups come on later. And that's where I noticed, okay, there's a piece too much, so I redid it, and now I have noticed I have to redo the whole shoe texture. So yeah, I made it a little bit better. So this is the texture for the shoe. Actually, it's nothing really that much. Okay, and we're almost at the end. No, we're not. Yeah, I made the section cups as a single object. First I was thinking about, okay, can I do them, make them out of the model? But I was, okay, this would be way too complicated. And then I started putting them in before I noticed, wait, you don't even see those because they're in the foot. And I decided to for the start to just do the heel with suction cups and nothing else, because most of it is inside the foot anyway. Should I ever retouch it, revisit it, I will make sure everything has suction cups. Yeah, so the next part is basically just copy pasting the suction cups and fitting them to the model, at which point I noticed, okay, wait, I'm not seeing what I'm doing, so I made the one part invisible. And yeah, this was basically just a really lot of copy paste and really fine works. I've got two pictures at the end for you. Oh no, I've got a picture in between for you, because I was checking the heel again and I didn't record it. I just rendered a single picture of the heel before I put on the finishing touches. But at the end you have the final render of it. So here's the yeah, as you can see, it was a bit too short. So I fixed it, and then there is the final render. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video and see you around.